Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have just finished building our polyhedrons, and a few things I'd like to show you before you get started on your towers. If you look at the screen here, what you see is a simple cube that we were looking at before. And if you remember with the cube, they tessellate easily. So on our screen, there is no such thing as copy and paste. However, we can tessellate this shape. So if we select one sphere, and then hold Shift and select another sphere, we now see that this button has become active, which is our tessellate button. And if we click this button, you see that it has now basically duplicated or copied and pasted this shape. What this will not work with is something like a hexagon that does not tessellate. So what I have here for you is another tessellation or another hexagon that I will show you what happens if we try and tessellate this shape. And if we look here, we would try and tessellate this going across. So if I select my two spheres and tell it to tessellate, you see how it actually duplicated that center section because it would need to rotate around this point instead of having this duplication going on here. So the tessellation works very nicely when you are dealing with a cube like we have here, not so much with the hexagon. As you can see here, we have a tower that a group has built. Another helpful tool that ZomeCAD gives you is the ability to know exactly how many pieces you have used in this tower. They have used blue and red and yellow, but exactly the size and the number of each kind of piece right now is somewhat of a mystery. But if we go onto your keyboard and making sure that caps lock is not on, click Control and I, we now have an inventory list. Hubs are the same as spheres, and we have 80 of them in this tower. B1 is our short blue pieces. We have 122 of those. We have R1 is our short red pieces, and there are 115 short red. Y0 is super short yellow, and we have 48 of those, which gives us a grand total of 365. Now that we know how many pieces we have used, we need to check our budget to make sure we have not gone over budget. This is something you and your group should be doing periodically throughout the building process to make sure that you do not have to make adjustments to your tower prior to the day we test them. So the first thing we should do after we have our totals is to pull up our budget sheet, which is located in the Open Area Network folder. Once you do that, you will see it looks something like this. And there are places that are colored in the cells for you to type. So there's a spot for your names and a group name if you so choose to come up with one. And then all you need to do is continue to type in the colored cells. So here we have a spot for the spheres, and our example used a total of 80 spheres. We used short blue, and we had 122 of those. We had short red, and we had 115 of those. And we had super short yellow for a total of 48. And there you see that we have remaining money, $5,725, which means we have not gone over budget and we are good to go with testing. Please make sure again that you and your group double check periodically throughout the building process, not only to make sure that your pieces fit appropriately in ZomeCAD, that you are not forcing any combinations, but also that you are making sure that you are within your budget. You may not go over budget. If you have questions, please make sure you see me, and good luck in your building.